It's no surprise that the Earth is suffering due to the amount of pollution and waste we've discarded. However, we can always depend on geniuses to come up with some crazy solutions. Of course, it won't happen overnight, but listen to this. A newer, better version of solar panels has been created, which might even mean we can all go solar. Let's jump right into the video. You don't want to miss this one. You may ask, why do we not just use solar panels? They definitely work and they're environmentally friendly. However, they'll usually last from 25 to 30 years. That may be fine for your home, but huge amounts of panels needing to be changed often, not so easy. Now, this is where we got our innovation. Perovskites. With more flexibility, lighter weight, and lower cost, solar panels might just be knocked out of the market. Perovskite is a material that transfers electric charge whenever it's hit upon by light. It is a semiconductor and has a cubic crystal structure. The chemical formula of perovskite is MnO3. Now before, silicon was preferred over perovskite because it was outperforming in efficiency. Now we wouldn't make this video just to tell you that. These geniuses have found another solar cell that passes the lifespan it previously had. These cells are believed to be very long-lasting and heavy-duty, and can compete with silicon-based cells. Silicon cells have always commanded the market in terms of sales since the start of their production. But after the production of perovskite cells, there has been a little rise in competition. The advantage that perovskite solar cells have over their competitor silicon is that it is quite easy to manufacture, can easily be produced at room temperature, and is less energy consumption compared to silicon. Silicon is also quite opaque and rigid. However, perovskite is environmentally friendly, transparent, and flexible, meaning it's very easy to transport them from one place to another. The first device, which consisted of perovskite solar cells, was invented in 2009, but its lifetime was of a few minutes. Slowly, the lifespan reached a few minutes and then progressed into days, and by 2017, a device was invented in which PSC could run for a whole year. Can you guys believe that even though 1 year is considered to be a short period when it comes to energy providing cells, back in 2017, it was considered a big deal that PSC had a lifespan of a year. Even though perovskite cells are advancing rapidly, they still have a few points to improve, which have been noticed by the SCTO. PSCs have high efficiency and can further improve their performance, but they lack field stability. They are easily decomposable and tend to decompose rapidly when exposed to light or heat for a long period. However, scientists are actively finding ways to increase the stability of PSCs to make them more efficient in the future. Scientists have been hard at work, and now PSC are set to last, but not enough. We're well aware that the power sector consists of mega projects and it cannot afford to change its sales after almost every second decade. Companies outside the power sector may be able to utilize these cells to some extent, but even these have limitations. However, the perovskite PV research and development community is working day and night to solve these problems of a shorter lifespan. They've taken a few steps to improve the stability issues, which includes attempt to decrease the reactivity of the perovskite surface, using other alternative materials in place of perovskite, and trying to encapsulate it with other materials. Encapsulation is a process in which we combine a material with another material to make it less dominant and reactive. Perovskite is tested consistently on basis of different tests such as different encapsulation approaches, atmospheric compositions, illumination, electrical bias, and other parameters. These tests can be used for providing useful data related to perovskite, but there's no general standard in this case, so such information can only be utilized to a small extent. As perovskite is easy to manufacture, it can help reduce electricity shortage at a global level. The only thing required for this purpose is to increase the overall production of perovskite at a commercial level. The structure of these solar cells is comparatively thinner and consists of different layers which are mainly coated from a link or printed. Producing perovskite at a small scale is much easier in comparison with its production at a larger scale. The production can be improved by the roll-to-roll and sheet-to-sheet methods. In roll-to-roll method, device layers are deposited on a rigid base, which typically acts as the front surface of the completed solar module, while the sheet-to-sheet method, device layers can also be deposited on a flexible base, which can then be used as either an interior or exterior portion of the completed module. Both these methods are practiced commonly in other industries. For example, the roll-to-roll method is used commonly in the cadmium industry, whereas the roll-to-roll method is used to produce proper products and in photographic films. However, perovskite production is mostly lead-based and serves as an environmental hazard. We are well aware that lead is a common air pollutant and the reason behind many diseases. Therefore, alternatives also have to be considered to lower the amount of toxicity it can cause to the environment. Over the last 5 years, there's been a rapid improvement in increasing the efficiency of perovskite solar cells. They've been compared with other thin film technologies and have outshined them all in terms of power converting efficiency. However, this development can only be seen at lower scale or medium scale industries. And for extensive development of perovskite, it needs to be established at a large scale too. It cannot be done because it faces some problems which are described ahead. Why after so many years of research has the quality of perovskite not been able to reach the mark? The reason for this is the narrow amount of research available about perovskite. There have not been much information about the past that we can use to compare and improve the quality of perovskite. There are also a lot of variables that make the conducting of tests for the gathering of information much more complex. The rapid changing material and device compositions of perovskite solar cells make this standardized validation particularly challenging and important. However, SETO is trying their best to conduct tests to assess the situation, and has funded the Perovskite Photovoltaic Accelerator for Commercializing Technologies, PACT, Validation and Bankability Center to conduct tests and solve these issues. The PACT has agreed to conduct lab tests, develop protocols, and conduct technical studies to improve our knowledge in this regard. If these tests are conducted successfully, these may be the game ender for silicon and will greatly alter the course of renewable energy market by making it easier for everyone to get access to cheaper and more efficient forms of energy. Imagine if we've all lived off of solar energy. We might actually survive in that case. Perovskite easily combines with the other absorber materials because of its ability to change its material composition and respond to different colors in the spectrum. This is commonly known as tandem device architecture. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited for the new findings we're going to discuss, because clearly, these scientists are working hard at discovering a world-altering innovation every other day. But we'll be right here, ready to report this crazy news. Till next time, stay safe.